It's not Trumpton, huffed D S Ellie Miller, Olivia Colman, in last week's episode of Broadchurch, ITV. I don't know everybody in town. Perhaps not, but Chris Chibnall's series has always made a point of exploring the damaging effects of intimacy. While Miller and her superior, I Alec Hardy, David Tennant, could never be partners in anything other than a professional sense, their bond has endured despite extraordinary strain. The demands of their final case, though, look likely to severely test this odd couple friendship. "It's easy being you, Miller," said Hardy last night, grumbling about his responsibility as a senior officer to a working single mother whose estranged husband was an unconvicted murderer and whose son had been suspended from school for sharing online pornography. "I wouldn't be surprised if the big climactic twist saw Miller dashing her infuriating partner's brains out." Snap judgments have proven the undoing of many of Broadchurch's residents. Anchoring the whole thing once again was the extraordinary Julie Hess-Mondalg as rape victim Trish Winterman. No histrionics here, just constant tension, fear, and anguish, whether telling her daughter the appalling news or abruptly terminating her police video interview when it strayed into troubling territory. Trish's recent sexual history appears complicated, although the writing so far suggests no lazy inferences will be drawn from that. Certainly, Trish is no saintly victim, but she is an all-too-human survivor of an unspeakable crime. While the story addressed her trauma head-on, the whodunit element ticked away enticingly and the suspects mounted up. There was Trish's chummy but shifty ex, Ian, Charlie Higson, who refused a DNA test, cabbie Clive Lucas, Sebastian Armesto, and his tale of a broken radio, moody mechanic Jim Atwood, Mark Baisley, and loner Ed Burnett, Lenny Henry, who had an inside track on the investigation courtesy of his by-the-book daughter, DC Katie Harford, Georgina Campbell. The incorporation of familiar faces, with the exception of Beth Latimer Jodie Whittaker, as Trish's support worker, still felt awkward. The plight of newspaper editor Maggie Radcliffe, Carolyn Pickles, felt superfluous to the story, even if the point being made about the decline of local print media was an important one in a wider sense. That aside, after the chaotic bloat of Series 2, there's a clarity and care to the narrative that makes me rather regret its imminent demise.